What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got UFC 324 final predictions. Paddy Pimblett taking on Justin Gaethje. Also on the card, we have Yadong taking on Sean O'Malley. No more ESPN Plus. Goodbye to them. Now we're at Paramount Plus. Now, guys, let's start with the first fight of the night that I'm super excited about, which is Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Deiveson Figueiredo. Now, guys, this is an absolute banger fight that we're getting at the bantamweight division. You know, obviously we have Umar Nurmagomedov. He's only got one loss in his whole entire career, and that is to the machine, Nurmagomedov. Now, he's taking on the former flyweight champion in Deiveson Figueiredo. Now, I said this before, I liked when Deiveson Figueiredo was at flyweight because I felt that the power that he had transferred very well against fighting guys who are 125. Now that he's made this transition up to 135, he's beat some good guys. He submitted Cody Garbrandt, former bantamweight champion, took his back, submitted him, but he's come up short against a guy like Cortes-Acosta, where he actually blew his knee out in that 50-50. Now, like I said before, he's taking on a very dangerous, well-rounded Umar Nurmagomedov, who's very big for the division. I've grappled with him before, and he's very hard to deal with. But when we look at these two athletes, let's talk about the keys to victories, what they need to do in order to get the W. What Figgy's got to do in order to beat Umar Nurmagomedov. One, I think Figgy needs to take risk in this fight against Umar Nurmagomedov, because if he doesn't, Umar Nurmagomedov is going to be able to take advantage of the fight wherever it goes. So, key to victory number one, he's got to take risks. Go out there, throw caution to the wind, because Umar Nurmagomedov is very good about easing his way into the fight, keeping the fight where he likes it, and he's able to dictate where the fight goes. You look when he fought Mario Bautista, he was able to do the exact same thing. But when Mario Bautista, dove for the legs, was attacking leg locks, he had some success, but he didn't finish the leg lock, but he had some success when he put Umar Nurmagomedov in danger. So key to victory number one for Figueiredo is throw caution to the wind. Key to victory number two, do not allow Umar Nurmagomedov to dictate where the fight goes. If Umar wants to wrestle, you do Muay Thai. When Umar wants to do Muay Thai, you start to wrestle. You try to keep the fight where you want it, because once Umar is able to take advantage of that, he's going to be able to, I think, beat him there. Now let's jump to the other side of the cage, where it's Umar Nurmagomedov, the protege of that team, Eagle MMA. Key victory number one, dictate where you want the fight to go, right? You're the bigger athlete. I think you have the better grappling ability, meaning that, the guys you have fought before, Mario Bautista, the only loss he has is against the machine, Nurmagomedov. So key victory number one, he's just got to dictate where he wants the fight to go. Key victory number two, get the fight to the ground. I believe Umar Nurmagomedov is a better grappler when he gets his opponents to the ground. You look at all the guys he's fought, he's able to dictate them. Look what he did to Cortes-Acosta, look what he did to Mario Bautista. The only person that was able to defend that takedown was Nurmagomedov. And then key victory number three, I think we need to push the pace. Earn that title shot. A lot of people are trying to, outweigh, and we're going to give it to Yadong, or we're going to give it to Sean O'Malley. I think if Umar Nurmagomedov goes out there, takes him down, passes his guard, get his back, lock up a body triangle, and look for a submission choke, and make it look easy, I think he can get his next shot at the next shot at the title. I know this is kind of like not a key to victory, but it's almost like key to victory for him to get that gold, and that's what everybody's goal is. So with those things in line, boys, I'm going to have to go with Umar Nurmagomedov. I think, the only person who was able to beat him was Nurmagomedov, because Nurmagomedov was able to push the pace, and their grappling machine was absolutely amazing. I'm not saying Figgy can get it done, because Figgy is very dangerous on the feet and in the grappling ability, but I think Umar Nurmagomedov is just too big. I think Figgy is suited more for 125, in my opinion. So with that being said, let's go to the next fight. Now, next fight, we have Silva taking on Arnold Allen. Now, when you look at this fight, Arnold Allen has been out for some time dealing with a shoulder injury. The last time he fought was 2024. But before that, he was seeing guys like Max Holloway, Movsar, and Giga. Now, these guys are all amazing athletes. He's fought the best of the division. Where Silva, he fought Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is about to fight for the world title against Alex Volkanovski. So when you look at these guys, the caliber of those guys who they fought, I would say Arnold Allen has fought higher competition, because he's fought a world champion, a former world champion in Max Holloway, and a guy like Movsar, who's undefeated, who's probably never going to get a title shot. When you look at Silva, when he fights, it's always an explosive fight. He's always being very dynamic, throwing spinning elbows, throwing weird stuff, weird shit out there, and he has a very, very dangerous submission game. Also, what Gene Silva brings to the table is that he's always forcing his opponents to fight. If you look at the fight, what he did against Bryce Mitchell, he sent him to the shadow realm. And then you look what he did against Diego Lopez. They were both going back and forth, and that's one of the things that Gene Silva brings to the fight game. Now, when you look at like Arnold Allen, he's pretty traditional. He comes forward, great stance, good combination, well-rounded, can grapple, can wrestle as well. You know, when you have an athlete who's 20-3 and going against the best guys in the division, you're going to see a little more experience from Arnold Allen to somebody like Gene Silva, who's going to throw, you know, he's going to be dynamic, moving, doing that, you know, getting himself wild up, and it's going to be an explosive fight. So with that being said, I'm going to go with Arnold Allen. I think Arnold Allen's going to go out there. He's going to shut down Gene Silva. He's going to take it nice and slow, maybe use some wrestling, and be able to overwhelm Gene Silva and take him down. But he's been out of the game for a while. So, you know, we can go with Gene Silva just because he's been in there. He just fought Diego Lopez. Or we go with Arnold Allen, and this one, I'm going to roll a dice, and I'm going to go with Arnold Allen. I think this one can go either way, so I'm going Arnold Allen. Now, let's get to the next fight of the card. Now, we got two big heavyweights like this. The smartest thing you could do is go less on PrizePicks. Speaking of PrizePicks, this video is sponsored by PrizePicks. Now, PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game played directly from your phone. It's very simple. Get on your phone, go to the App Store, download PrizePicks. And we do that, use my promo code MIGHTY. They got everything under the sun. To the NFL playoffs are going on right now. They have NBA, they have NHL, and they even have CSGO and League of Legends, and they have a UFC 324 Paddy versus Justin Gaethje. So if you're going to be making some picks, I think this is a smart one. You're going to pick less on Derrick Lewis versus Acosta because someone is going to get knocked the hell out. And then we have Sean O'Malley versus Yadong. I like more on that. I feel it's going to be back and forth, trying to figure it out. I think more safe. And then with Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo, Umar, I don't think Umar's finished anybody inside the UFC. I could be wrong, but I feel like his last 4 fights has always gone to decision. So guys, I got less with Waldo, more with O'Malley, and I even got more with Umar Nurmagomedov. So make sure you guys are looking the picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Now, shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Let me get back to the final predictions of UFC 324. Coming back to the scene, we got Derrick Lewis making his return as he takes on Acosta. Now, we all know what happens when Derrick Lewis fights, guys. There's no surprise. His big ass is trying to knock you out. Now he's on peptides given to him by the UFC. He spoke about that on his Instagram, so he's looking absolutely in great shape. He's taking on Acosta as another man who's looking to knock his opponents out. And now when you look at a guy like Waldo, same situation, you know, with Gene Silva, is that each time they get the opportunity to fight guys at the next level of a higher caliber, they end up losing. And now he's going to fight a very well-established heavyweight in Derrick Lewis, and somebody who is on a 2-fight win streak, who's also fought for a world championship against Daniel Cormier. So, you know, Derrick Lewis has the experience factor of fighting the high caliber athletes in that division, where Waldo's going to get the opportunity, and we're going to see how he's going to deal with the Black Beast. So when you look at, keys to victory, for both these guys, try to be more dynamic. If you're looking to knock somebody out, implement some wrestling, or implement some clinch game. Implement, I shoot and I grab a single leg and I put a heavyweight guy on one leg and get him off balance and try to run the pipe and then get him to the ground, get on top of him and do some ground and pound. Because when you have these two guys who are going to knock each other out, it's very hard to say, okay, I want you to go 1-2, slip angle, 2-5-2, blast a double leg. It's not in their repertoire. When you look at these guys fight, they're looking for that one-hitter quitter. So, with that being said about these guys, I'm going to have to go with, I can never go against my man Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis has always been a fan favorite. I've always enjoyed watching him fight. He's looking great. He's on peptides. And with that, I'm going to go with the Beast. Now, let's get to the co-main event of the evening. Now, we have Sugar Sean O'Malley, the former bantamweight champion of the world in the UFC, taking on Song Yadong. So, you got Sugar Sean O'Malley. The only person who's been able to put Sugar Sean O'Malley on his ass is Merab Dvalishvili, because Merab does such a good job of crossing the void, getting on his opponents, not giving Sugar Sean the opportunity to set up that sniper shot like he has in the past. Look at his fights against Eddie Weiland, Peter Yan. He did not got Peter Yan, but it was a back and forth fight. Even when he fought Merab Dvalishvili, he was able to hurt Merab to the body. But we all can say Sugar Sean O'Malley's kryptonite is somebody who overwhelms him, and somebody who gets on him and puts him on his back. He's even got a knockout over Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling was trying to get to him, and what happened? Yeah! Sugar Sean O'Malley found that beautiful right hand that he always knocks people out with. Now, you look at Song Yadong. Now, Song Yadong, the last time we saw him, he was in the octagon trying to impregnate Henry Cejudo in the eyeball. And that fight kind of ended in a no contest. But since then, Song Yadong has gone back to the gym, worked extremely hard to get ready for this opportunity to take out the former bantamweight king. Now, Song Yadong, if he wants to get anything done against Sugar Sean O'Malley, he's got to push the pace. He's got to get Sugar Sean O'Malley backing up on his back, on his heels, moving that head around. He can try to exchange with Sean O'Malley, but if he tries to exchange outside the void and in that mid-tier of the void, I think Sugar Sean O'Malley is going to find that sniper shot and hit him. But if Song Yadong's able to get cross that danger zone to get Sean O'Malley and get his hands on him, recently Song Yadong has been working with J-Flow with some beautiful judo throws and his grappling. I think we can see Song Yadong be able to out-grapple Sean O'Malley, because Sean O'Malley, he typically runs away from grappling, meaning that when Sean O'Malley gets taken down, he's looking to stand up, he's looking to wrestle up, give his head and his arm. He's not looking to go underneath, he's not looking to frame, he's not looking to arm drag, he's not looking to triangle with those long-ass legs he's got. He likes to get away from the jiu-jitsu to get back to his feet, where he can pull out that 50 cal sniper and gaga knock somebody out. Song Yadong has got to move in angles, he's got to keep that head moving, shoot for a takedown, make it a wrestling match, and be all over Sean O'Malley. That way he doesn't get his sniper shot ready to knock him out. So what Sean O'Malley needs to do in order to get this victory, he needs to be lateral, like he always says, go lateral, keep Song Yadong guessing, and when Song makes that transition across the void, he's got to land that shot, and not just land a shot, be dynamic with that shot. He throws a 2-5-4 angle 6 and then 2, or kicks. I would go body kicks, not really push kicks, because you can grab and your weight's going backwards. And he's gotta, when they clash, he's gotta put a lot of effort into fighting a takedown, getting 2-on-1, getting them up, and not get taken down. Now, I had some time. I went to California and I got an opportunity to train one round with Song Yadong, and I've also got a couple rounds in with Sugar Sean O'Malley. Now, always when I do training with these athletes, I do not give a final prediction, because I think it's unfair, because I've trained with both these guys. So you guys take what you want with that. I'm not going to give you, do I think Song is going to win? Do I think Sean O'Malley is going to win? If Sean does what I said they needed to do and be able to execute more, that athlete is going to win. So I leave it to you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think is going to win? Now, let us get to the main event of the evening. Paddy Pimblett taking on Justin Gaethje. Now, if you guys have followed the channel, I've always been a big fan of Paddy Pimblett, saying that he's so dynamic. I love how he's able to take a bad situation and take it into his own, meaning that when somebody presses him up against the cage, he jumps a flying triangle, they slam him, he either finishes the triangle, or he's able to use that flying triangle in order to get himself out. If you look at the fight against him versus Michael Chandler, Michael Chandler pushed him against the cage. He did a flying triangle. Michael Chandler, they went to the ground, and then he was able to turn that flying triangle attempt to get away from Michael Chandler to get back on the feet and store and throw combinations. You look what he did against Bobby Green. He forced Bobby Green to shoot on him, and when he did that, he was able to grapple Bobby Green. He had him in an armbar and a triangle and put him to sleep. So Paddy Pimblett has been very good since the very beginning of the Cage Warrior days, and I just like how he's so dynamic when he fights. Now, when you look at Justin Gaethje has been around for a long time. He's got multiple opportunities to become a world champion. Now, he's an interim champion, but he's not a world champion. I love how the UFC goes, hey, we're here with the former UFC champion. It's a former interim champion. So, but with that being said, the one thing that Justin Gaethje does very well, he has a great jab and a great leg kick. When people shoot on him, he's very good at scrambling. Now, the one thing that Justin Gaethje, that I feel that he likes to stand and bang. He likes that jab and a jab and that uppercut. And he moves his head around. He's knocked out Dustin Poirier. He's been knocked out. I mean, the man has absolutely gone through the ringer. You know, it's kind of crazy because when I think about Justin Gaethje's career, and he's 26-5. I felt like he's been beat a lot more than that, but, you know, numbers don't lie. But with that being said, let me get to the keys of victory for both these guys. When you look at Paddy Pimblett, keys of victory for Paddy Pimblett has got to be dynamic. We're starting to see Paddy Pimblett become more comfortable inside the octagon. So the key victory number one for Paddy Pimblett is be dynamic, meaning that if Justin Gaethje puts you against the cage, don't be scared to do a flying triangle. If Justin Gaethje tries to go for a dump, go for a Kimura, because 9 out of 10 times when he does that, he's able to turn it into something that favors him in the fight. Key victory number two, grapple. You know, when you look at Justin Gaethje's past fight, when people grapple him that have a good grappling ability, he seems to have hard times with grapplers, where people, you know, when people drop him, Charles Oliveira dropped him, he crossed the volley, jumped on him, got his back, submitted him with a rear naked choke. You look when he fought Habib took him down, passed his guard, mounted him, got a triangle from top and rolled to his back. Now, I feel like Paddy Pimblett has that grappling ability that can oppose some problems to Justin Gaethje. But when we look at the competition level of that Paddy Pimblett has faced against Justin Gaethje, there's no comparison. The best competition that, you know, Paddy Pimblett has faced is Michael Chandler, which everybody in that division has pretty much beat. And key to victory number three, when you do shoot and he does a scramble, just be prepared to scramble and then look for opportunities in that scrambling ability to be able to take advantage of Justin Gaethje's scrambling ability, if that makes sense. Meaning that you shoot a double leg takedown, Justin Gaethje does a front flip, he goes after your legs. In that transition, there's going to be an opportunity to catch a submission, because typically people scramble when they're out of position, right? So if I blast a double leg and I get the double leg and I succeed in a takedown and I'm about to slam, they scramble because they've lost that position. Right? People just don't scramble to scramble. They scramble because, you caught me off guard. I gotta fucking scramble the fuck out of here, right? So those are the three key to victories for Paddy Pimblett. Now look at the key to victory for Justin Gaethje. Key to victory number one is be clean on your jab. Your jab is his greatest weapon, I feel like. The jab, the head movement, the uppercuts, and the combinations. That key to victory one is get that jab going immediately when you fight Paddy Pimblett. I would wait on the leg kicks, because I think Paddy Pimblett is going to be smart enough. He throws a leg kick, I'm taking you down. Like, Paddy Pimblett is an opportunist, meaning you throw a kick, oh, perfect, I'm taking you down, right? So I think key to victory number one, get that jab going. Key to victory number two, be careful in the scrambles, right? Because when he does scramble, he does typically get in bad positions, but sometimes he gets in good positions, right? So I think key to victory number two, be very careful when you scramble against a scrambler guy like Paddy Pimblett, who does King of the Mat all the fucking time. He just lost to a calf slice. But be very careful with the scrambles. So with those key to victories I have given you guys, I'm going to have to go with Paddy Pimblett. I think Paddy Pimblett is just too damn dynamic. Yes, Paddy Pimblett does get hit a lot on his feet, but I just feel Paddy Pimblett is prepared for a guy like Justin Gaethje. I truly believe it. Like, I think Paddy Pimblett has been the smartest person, because I feel he fights, he goes away. He fights, he goes away. I mean, you look at his record, he fights once a year. Gordon December 10th, 2022, he beats him. Then he comes back a year later against Tony Ferguson. Then he comes back another year later against Bobby Green. April 12th, 2025 against Chandler. So he's fighting once a year, allowing his body to heal, allowing his body to get in the gym and see what's going on and bring a new dynamic to the fight game. So for him, I think I like that style. He's fighting once a year, right? Where you look at some athletes, they're fucking just boom, 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 boom. When you're doing that, you're getting a lot of body trauma. You're getting a lot of aches and bruises on where Paddy comes and fights. He's always fresh. When you look when he fought Michael Chandler, when he fought Bobby Green, when he fought Tony Ferguson, he's always fresh as fuck. He's getting the work in the gym, but he's always fresh. And I think we're going to see a fresh Paddy Pimblett go out there and just be able to take out Justin Gaethje. I just love Paddy Pimblett when he's able to, oh, mate, you're going to push me against the cage, hey? Boom, there's a body, there's a flying triangle. Oh, you slam me? Oh, there's an arm bar. His transitioning on his back and his grappling, what he did to Michael Chandler, was absolutely beautiful. How he submitted Bobby Green, just beautiful technique. And I think Justin Gaethje just loves to stand and be, I mean, he loves to knock people out, and he's been knocked out multiple times. And I just think if Paddy Pimblett is smart, go out there, stay outside the void, throw body kicks, move around, and just really push the grappling. That's the one thing that I love about fighting, is that you can spend all this time pop, 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 pop. You can do all this, but once somebody takes you down, if you're not prepared and ready to do that grappling exchange, and they pass your guard, they mount you, the next you know they armbar you, they triangle you. It's like all that stand, all that power is for fucking nothing if you can't defend the grappling ability of your opponent. So boys, if you guys enjoyed this final predictions for UFC 324, Paddy Pimblett taking on Justin Gaethje, streaming live on Paramount Plus, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live, and make sure you guys come back here Saturday night as we will give our final thoughts of UFC 324 and what we like to see next going forward in these divisions. So leave a comment. We'll see you guys at the next video. Peace.